I came across this in her Wikipedia entry, and it makes so much sense after reading just Ella. That some of her favorite books growing up, apparently, included Harriet the Spy, Anne of Green Gables, Little Women, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, and The Little Princess.
Okay, Slay.
That makes so much sense.
It does.
Welcome back to That Pretentious Book Club.
Welcome.
This is your host, Ash O'Rourke, aka Wheezy. Wheezy.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to just keep going and do my slogan.
Oh, you know, you're supposed to do your slogan.
No, it ain't easy being Wheezy. And I'm
over
Gino.
Here, and over here, your other host, Kendall Shaw, also known as Dr. Spoons Palermo.
Hi, howdy. What's up? What if I added what's up to the end of it?
I think you just
like
did.
it.
I think you should. I
Like as a
really
permanent
like it.
fixture.
I think everybody should like it.
Okay.
So I think everyone should just go ahead and get on
It's
board with
happening
that.
whether you like it or not.
It's been a minute.
Clearly.
We don't have our semi-new green screen background, which I know you all loved so much. No one said anything about it, by the way. And I worked really hard on it. I'm just kidding. But no one said anything about it, which is fine. And now we're not doing it again anyways, because I don't know how to do it on this new software we're using. But hopefully our videos will be higher quality and our audio will be higher quality. So that's exciting. So if this looks different, that's why. And if you guys don't want to hear our nonsense, you can use the skip
leave.
notes. You can get out of here into the episode description and use the skip notes down there. But I think, we said where we are, right? Yeah, That Pretentious Book Club. I said it. I said
know
it.
where you are.
Do any of us really ever know where we
I know
are?
where I am, in Wisconsin.
Right, Wisconsin. I thought it was Wyoming, my bad.
Maybe it was, I get confused.
Where do they say konnichiwa? Oh my gosh. Also, I know it might be a little bit echoey on our side.
Bug has entered.
There is a little bitty moth that has entered the scene.
Our fourth host.
It's because there's lights
This
everywhere.
moth.
The moth.
Hello.
Okay, now it's like coming at me. Could you just...
That's its
Okay.
introduction.
Yeah,
There you go.
that was the introduction. All right, goodbye. It's a little echoey. Anyways, and it's back.
He might just appear now and then.
Yeah,
This whole
okay.
episode is just us talking about a moth.
Yeah.
Her name is Mothra.
Hello, Mothra.
In honor of Mothra. What, the mother of
Godzilla.
monsters?
Yeah.
Whatever she is. Queen of the monsters?
Yeah.
That's going to be distracting as hell for me. Oh my god.
Sorry. She is kind
So
of...
I'm gonna, you're all here with me listening to the podcast today.
I've lost the other two hosts. They're
I
gone.
don't know where they are.
I was saying I have bought like acoustic panels to make this room less echoey because it's awesome and wonderful, and I do have an office now. I'm in a new space, which is super exciting, but it's echoey, so you'll just have to deal with that this time.
Acoustic panels incoming.
Yeah, incoming, and one of them has flowers on it, so
As
I
good.
just duct tape pillows all around the room.
Yeah.
I thought about it. It's like what I've done previously, or where I've like been on the ground in my closet, surrounded by clothes. I'm like,
You are not the first person I know that's recorded podcasts that way.
it makes sense. I mean, you have like all that natural like sound absorbing. Anyways, Gino, how has your life been lately?
Oh goodness, we're starting with me. Okay. If you are not interested in birds, then skip ahead 20 minutes because this is a ride.
Skip to the end of the episode. Skip to the closing credits.
Bird and moth episode.
This whole episode is just about my birds. So it's kind of funny because I haven't told you anything because we were going to record like 3 weeks ago and things happened and I was like, oh, I'll just talk about it on the pod. And then we didn't record. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll just wait. And then I waited. And then just more and more stuff keeps happening. And it's just out of control at this point.
So that's
so
a big update.
Yeah, it's like a huge update. So, like quick little actual kind of pod thing update is we had our writing retreat.
Oh yes, we did that.
We haven't talked to
We have not
since
talked
then.
about that. Oh wow.
No.
It was really good, you guys. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
If you weren't
Everybody
there,
loved it
you were
so much
probably
that
sad.
some people are coming back for our next one, which is in
Actually, yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Woo!
October 16th. And if you're interested in that, go ahead to our website and
We have private room left, everybody. One private room, that's it. But also we have loads of space in the bunk rooms.
and all
So.
the other rooms include us staring at you while you sleep all night.
Mhm.
So,
That sounds fun.
I didn't mean like that, but yeah.
So while I was at the retreat, I got a phone call because my mom was taking care of my birds, and
Oh, I
she was
remember
like,
this.
"Yeah, I found your bird dead," and I was like, "Which bird?" And then, anyways, I got home, and Phil was like, "I think you have half a chicken? I saw it like running down by the road and it looked like it didn't have a butt. And I was like, okay. So I got home, counted chickens. I lost 2.5 chickens, because one of them literally got its whole behind ripped off.
Oh, no.
Like there was just like organs. But I had a chicken before.
Rough.
I had a chicken before that got its like skull pecked open and its brain was just like braining right there. And it was fine. It like healed over. It was fine because I was like, ugh.
Yeah, we had a chicken that got like its whole back ripped off so you could just look in and see organs.
Yeah.
And she healed and she lived longer than all the other chickens. It was freaking crazy.
Exactly. This butt missing chicken has actually grown back most of its butt at this point.
What?
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
Honestly, I didn't place my money on
I
that.
didn't realize this about chickens.
They're like
So-
starfish.
Yeah, okay. Or lizards or something. Good lord.
So
my
then
gosh.
I started losing like almost a bird a day. But it was like middle of the day. So it wasn't even like near morning or night. Like I couldn't keep it. And it was to the point where I was like checking out the window like every 10 minutes or like every time I heard any sort of squawk, which they squawk all the time for every and no reason at all. So I was constantly just running to the door being like, what's going on? Yeah. And then the one night I went out and fed them and came back inside. And 30 minutes later, I went to go do something outside. And I was like, I'm missing someone. So here's the tragedy. Gookie, my blind duck, was taken.
Oh no.
I think I
And
knew this. I think you told me.
I did not.
You didn't? I told
No.
me. Oh my god, I
I don't-
dreamed it.
Oh, maybe I did. I don't think I did.
didn't know.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
yeah. So and then I found her body. Because I think like it had just happened, and I went outside, and I knew she hadn't gone. Like everyone else was missing, and she was missing too. But she also can't walk well, so I was like, I know she's not with everyone else because she can't get around. So I'm pretty sure it's a fox that was taking them, just from like what we found of her. And then I feel like I lost a couple more chickens, but I haven't, knock on wood. Oh, that's not true. I haven't lost any of the chickens since then, I say momentarily. Then a couple days later, I voice texted Ash, and I was like, so I'm having a day. It's like I went out to the store because I was sad. I went to the farm store, and I was just going to look at the chicks because they make me happy. And then they were on clearance. So then I got 40 chicks. And then I came home, and the minute I walked in the door, I set them down, and I started crying because I was like, oh my god, now I have to take care of 40 chicks.
I thought you said 14.
No, 40. 40.
Oh my god. Yeah,
That's-
I would also be crying.
A lot of you were
I
like,
got
I will
20
fill this grief hole so full. Like,
I know. Except for I got home and I immediately started crying because I was like, I'm overwhelmed.
yeah.
Why did I do this? So
Oh my
I had
gosh.
20 meat chicks and 20 egg layers. And then here's more tragedy, and I shouldn't admit this to the world, but I am. I killed one of the meat birds on accident. I put their water thing on top of her and didn't see her, and the next morning when I went to pick it up, she was just dead. And I was like, well, that sucks.
Oh,
And-
That does suck.
well, I mean,
so
they'll drown
then-
themselves. Like, they're
Yeah,
not
for
very
real.
bright. Who knows what would have happened?
Then I
Done
had
for
this-
anyway.
I told Ash, I was like, I'm determined to make one of these a cuddle chicken because none of my birds like to go near me, and I was like, I'm determined to have a cuddle chicken. So I had this one that I was like, she's so like kept petting her and like hands on and everything, and I moved them outside to like their baby coop outside, and then I killed that one. I squished her with the water. And I was distraught.
No, I'm sorry. That would have sent me over the edge.
I
So sorry.
was like, that whole day, I was like, I had a good morning beforehand. I was like, oh, doing this, doing that, doing this, and being so accomplished. And I'm going to do this after I take care of the chickens. And I went in there and I couldn't find her. And I picked up the water and I was like, oh my God. And then I texted Phil and I was like, are you busy? He was at work. And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay. He's like, what do you need? I was like, nothing. And he called like 4 hours later and he's like, what's up? And I was like, I just needed to cry. And then like I'd finally like kind of leveled out. And then he
Yeah.
was like, what's up? So then I started all over again.
It comes
Yeah.
right.
I just felt horrible for like the next 3 days.
Oh,
She was so
gosh.
sweet. And then I just murdered her.
Sorry. It's manslaughter. It was an accident. You wouldn't be. It would not be a life without parole.
And then a couple days later, I feel like I'm forgetting something good that happened in here. But
I was like,
the 5 other chicks.
no, because still gets worse. Oh my God. I got a postcard in the mail like a week after Gookie died that was like, Gookie's a vet appointment. Your vet appointment is due today. I was like, wait to rub it in.
Oh,
I
my
hate.
gosh.
I got one for my cat when at like a month after she died, and I was like, I'm going to end it.
I
just couldn't even handle. So I'm so sorry.
Apparently, my vet called Javi and was like, "Are you guys ever gonna come pick up your cat's ashes?" And I was like, "What?" I had this like total false memory of having gone and picked up her, but I hadn't. Horrible. It's so horrible. Like a really nice rosewood.
Do you have them now?
I have them now. They're on display in the living room.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Oh, this is a sad episode.
Oh, no.
Listen. It gets worse.
Episode.
It gets a little worse. But then at the end, it gets better. At the very end, it gets better. Okay,
All
we're
right,
almost there.
I'm gonna need another drink.
I haven't even had a sip of my drink yet. So like 4 days ago, I went out to I put all the baby chicks in the meats and the eggs in the one coop. And then during the day, they go outside to separate like pens. Because if I can like leave the feed out for the egg layers, but if you leave the feed out for the meat chickens, they'll just eat and eat and eat until they explode. So they have to go in separate things. But anyways, I went out to do my morning routine and like fed the big chickens and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to go see the little chickens, and their coop is inside a bigger pen where my drakes are. My drakes are in permanent drake jail. And
Drakes
I
are
look
boy
over.
ducks for anyone who doesn't know.
I look over, and all the baby chicks, all the egg-laying chicks are just running around the drake pen, and like they're not supposed to. Their coop door is locked and shut, and they can get out of the drake pen. And also, I don't know if the drakes would hurt them. They did not hurt them, but
It's a relief.
the door to the coop is wide open. And I was like, there's no way I left that open, because they escape the second you leave it open.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I shut that. And I look, and the wire on the door is bloody. So I start counting chicks. Someone ordered a 6-piece chicken nugget last night.
Oh no!
And I lost 6 more chicks. And all the meat chicks had like piled out into the bin that I used to transfer them. So they're all like hiding down there. So I was like, where are the meat? But they were there. But yeah, so I lost 6 more chicken nuggets. So Phil and I spent that day reinforcing the door.
Oh my gosh.
And I have like my camera traps up now too. And it's on lockdown. And then random info that's not part of the storyline, but I have 2 broody mom chicks. So they're chickens. They're sitting in there, and I candled them, and I couldn't see a lot of the chicken eggs, but I'm pretty sure I have some duckling eggs that they're hatching. So my mama chicks are gonna be duckling moms.
Oh, they're adopted children.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
But here's where it gets good. I have also been incubating chicks. Ironically, the day I went and picked up 40 chicks, I filled my incubator with 18 eggs, and then I went to the store and bought 40 chicks. And
remember when you were like,
I know.
hey, how hard is it to have
that's
chickens?
a lot of work.
To
I
keep
don't know if I want chicken.
And now you're like, so I have 275 birds.
185 birds later.
Oh, okay.
But I'm texting Phil to go put the ducks away right now, actually. So they were supposed to hatch today, the baby chicks, but yesterday I went out into the garage to get something else, and I was like, and I looked, and I was like, holy mother of, and there's like 4 baby chicks like staring out at me from the incubator. They hatched. And yesterday they hatched and hatched. We got 14 of them that hatched yesterday. They're so cute. They're just these tiny little fluff balls. I always get them from the store. I get them when they're like a week or 2 old, because they're cheaper that way. But so they were like the tiniest little fluff balls, and they're so cute.
Tiny.
And
and you are their mother.
it's like, I am your mother. But now I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna try and shove them under the broody moms and be like, these are your babies, or if I'm gonna just raise them separate from them. But
if you still want a cuddle chicken, this is an ideal time to choose a cuddle chicken.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 of them that, like, when I go in there, if I put my hand in there, they come up to me, as opposed to all other chickens, like, run away from me. They're like,
You have
yeah,
2 little chickens.
So,
Yeah, just have
So sweet. Oh, new life.
And then,
wow, the circle of life.
It's been crazy. I also have 2 wild ducks trying to join my flock. Like, they come here occasionally and hang out with the ducks. But yeah, my life has been nothing but pure birds for the last 3 weeks at least.
Birds.
That is so much birds. Oh my goodness.
That was a saga. Like the emotional highs and lows I just experienced, really.
Dude, for real.
It's funny because, like, I kept wanting to I have no one to tell these things to, so I kept wanting to text you, but I was like, but I can't just text her in the middle of this. It has to start from the beginning. I'm just going to save it. Go through it.
She used to have the context. I am still thinking about, I really thought you said 14 chickens.
No,
40 is so
40
different. Well, I was like, 14 chickens, and you were like, no, I'm home and overwhelmed. And I'm like, honestly, that's reasonable. 14 chicks. Like, that's all. 40 chicks. Oh my God. You're wild.
It's a good thing she didn't just get 14.
I just hatched 14 babies.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
So, what's everyone whose life doesn't revolve around birds up to?
Spoons, how was any bird stories?
Any bird stories? I don't know. Oh, well, I mention we had maybe I do have bird stories.
Ooh, it's bird day.
Birds. They were like swallows or something.
Mm-hmm.
The mama laid her nest in our wreath on our front door.
Oh my God. And Mourning Dove did that at Maddie's house. And every
really?
time that you go over there, you scare the Mourning Dove and she flies over to the neighbor's driveway.
Yes, that's what she would fly. Our mama would fly to like our tree in the front yard. But like it was so weird because every time you open the door, like for a little second, like there are just eggs and chicks in your house. You know what I mean? It's really weird.
Like, I didn't think about that.
It's really weird. And I was like, if Juicy ever found out about this, it's like, so thankfully she's stupid. She didn't know. But they were so cute. And they did hatch and they flew away and no casualties.
Wow.
I'm always like nervous about that.
That's very impressive. But Maddie has 2 bird nests, one in the back and then one on her wreath, and I'm very just frightened for her. I'm like, statistically.
I'm always scared. Oh, and then, that's the other bird thing.
You have 2 bird things.
Yes, I forgot about this one. I was dog
You
sitting.
better have something there.
Ash, get ready.
Can I take my sister's bird story?
Yeah, you can tell us about Maddie's birds. I was over at my aunt and uncle's, like, this was several weeks ago now, but I don't think I told it on the pod. And I was dog sitting for them, and my aunt had showed me, like, when she was just showing me around the house, like, earlier that week, that there was a nest in the backyard. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, cute, didn't really think about it. And then, like, the second night I'm there at their house, I go outside and I see, like, a little baby bird hopping around in the grass. And this whole thing was so crazy. I'm just gonna, like, not tell the whole story, but there ended up being, like, many little tiny birds hopping around this backyard where there are 2 dogs, and I did not realize that, like, the birds were out there. So, like, I let the dogs out to, like, and one of the birds kept, like, flying into the fence. Like, they were, like, trying to fly, they're tiny. Yeah. They had just hatched, like, I don't know, recently.
Oh my God.
But she kept, like, hitting the fence, and I was like, I don't know what to do. But, like, I was like, you're gonna hurt yourself here. So I kind of, like, went over to her, and I was trying to, like, guide her away,
Yeah.
And she flew onto my hand. And so then I'm holding this tiny baby bird.
Oh my gosh.
And I
like
kind of
Disney princess.
I was like, this is why we have bird stories. It's Ella, just Ella.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, Cinderella. I did feel like her. And so I'm holding this bird, and then another one. Like, there were several in this area. And so then I'm holding 2 baby birds. Maybe I'll post a picture on the Instagram.
Post the picture.
Because they were so, like, ugly cute, like little babies.
Gosh, yes.
And so then I'm like, this is the craziest thing ever. I'm like, I am loving this. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, am I, like, killing these birds right now? Like, is this like really bad that I'm holding these birds? But I was like, okay, well, they were hurting themselves. So I just
like, I actually helped you.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm doing my best here. So I, like, put them on, like, this area that I thought would be better for them, and they, like, were fine. But then I turn around and there is something happening on the grass, and it is another baby bird that is soaking wet, and the dog is right next to her.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, and so I like am freaking out because this bird is completely soaked in like saliva.
Yeah.
And Annie, the black lab, is sitting there just looking at her. And I'm like, Annie, go inside. And I'm like freaking out. And so I grab this little bird,
Oh my
and
gosh.
she is like trembling, tiny, like in complete shock. But I was like, oh my God, like she was acting like she couldn't really like get up. She kept like trying to get up and then she'd fall.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like fully sobbing, you know, I'm like, this bird inside my hands and I killed her because I let the dog out. And I'm like losing it.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I couldn't really tell, like she seemed injured to me because she couldn't really like move very. And so I was like, I don't know what to do. So I kind of like was holding her for a while, just like hoping like, you know, I don't know.
This should be like,
Yeah, like,
she'd be okay.
snap out of it and fly away. And so I'm just sitting there
She's
outside
probably
and like,
stunned from being in a dog's mouth.
I know, poor thing.
yeah.
And so I'm just sitting there like outside, like sobbing, holding this bird who's like trembling and like falling over. And then I like am looking up like, bird, like what do I do? I have an injured bird, like. And so then I ended up even calling like this like nature rehab place in Austin. They like closed, but it was like just put it in a box and take it tomorrow. And anyway, and so I was like, okay, I'm just, but I didn't want to bring the bird inside because it's my aunt and uncle's house, and also the dogs are inside, and I'm like, the dogs are what did this, so I'm freaking out. So then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just put her back in the nest. Like I know where the nest is. Maybe that would be good.
Uh-huh.
And she's kind of like calmed down a little bit, but she's still not really moving great. But she's like at least dry and like not trembling as much. So I'm like, okay. So I put her back in the nest and she's just kind of sitting there. And I keep coming back out like every like 30 minutes or so to check on her. And I'm just like a mess about this bird. Anyway, and I am fully like, it was like 1 a.m. the last time I checked. I went outside and the other birds had been coming into the nest and leaving and stuff. And so I was like, okay, at least she has friends. But then she was gone, and I was like looking all around because all the other birds are so stupid, and I couldn't let the dogs out because the birds were getting
so stupid.
Yeah, I was so upset. Anyway, she ended up, I guess, flying away somehow. I checked around and like did not see a dead bird anywhere, so I was like, I assume she was just in shock and needed a minute. But it was very, very stressful. And then my aunt was like, I was like, hey, like the eggs hatched or whatever. And she was like, oh, great. And I was like, there's no way in hell I am telling her that her dog almost ate one. Like, she would have been a mess. It was so,
Oh my
I was like,
God.
I'm not going to ever convey to her how deeply this scarred me, this event. So anyway, but I think they're all fine. But it was crazy that they were like, I felt so Snow White or Cinderella, I guess. And I'll show y'all the picture.
Yeah,
later.
either way. You're very Snow White often, I feel like your vibes. You're literally like
Oh, thank you.
little yellow dress in your dark hair.
Thank you so much.
Very Snow White.
She's
love
wearing
that.
her dark hair today.
I'm
She's
prepared
very
today.
dark.
Thanks, I grew it myself.
God.
I appreciate that. Okay, now your bird story.
Oh, my bird story. My sister's
We don't want to
girl-
hear about anything else.
Yeah, is there anything?
This is a bird update. We
Besides-
don't want to hear anything else. We just want to hear about birds.
I
from
mean,
you.
I can tell you guys that I moved recently and my personal life is in chaos, but that's just, you know, I'm honestly par for the course. But to a bird story, which is much more interesting, which is we're already 25 minutes in, we might as well stick to it.
Sure, we got a theme going.
I told them to skip 20 minutes ahead if they didn't
You
want to hear
did. You
about
were
birds,
really
so I
on
was-
point. Well, there's the I'm just going to steal from a couple different bird stories that have happened to me in the last year. There's the morning dove at my sister's house, which you would think that I would remember because it's actually kind of startling to every time you open the door, a bird flies out at your face.
Yes.
I never remember whether I'm inside the house or outside the house, and I stayed a few days over there even, and you would think at some point that I would like remember that there's a dove nesting on the wreath. Never once have I remembered it. I'll
It's a
probably
shock
forget it
every
again.
time.
It's a shock. It's like, oh my God.
I was going to say,
Every
I mean,
time.
just to the fact that you have realizations about what's happening in books, it tracks. Like,
Yeah, it's really
Wait,
weird.
what?
Yep. Oh, here's like a fun from at our retreat actually. there was a Lacey, one of our attendees and a fabulous author who's also going to be at the upcoming retreat, so you guys should meet her. She actually wrote a poem about a mama bird with her babies that she and I saw at the retreat.
Aww.
And she actually like published it for Mother's Day, which was really cool. And it's like it's a really beautiful like poem about motherhood, and it's very sweet. But it's because there was this mama bird and we kept watching her just like bring back these massive spiders to feed her babies, and just like it would be just dead silence. Then all of a sudden you see like the little like naked heads and the giant beaks like coming out for the food. It was crazy. It was so cool.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. See, when you said actually at the retreat, I thought you were going to say actually at the retreat, Gino told me, yeah, whatever.
She did. Y'all, something happened. Something weird happened at the retreat. See, this is why So Spoons is, I assume, coming. Because you almost have to see it to believe it. You know how I'm like super productive, like Zoom girl?
Yes.
Right. And Gino's like, I'm having fun. I don't know how my camera works, you know?
I don't know what you're talking about. Rude.
Then we get there and this like crazy thing happened. It's like the day before, like we were prepping. It's like on the drive, all of a sudden, it's like we just like Freaky Friday'd. And she was like, I am large and in charge. I have a schedule. I know exactly what needs to happen, when and where. And I was like, dude, what a great time.
Wait, I love this.
It was insane. And then the
hilarious.
whole retreat, I was just like, I'm having fun. What do you need, Gino? I'm having a great time. And Gino was like, she just started, and I never once took it personally, but it was like the funniest thing because she would just all of a sudden be like, no, don't do that. I would be like, hey, do you need me to cut this up? And you're like, if you want anyone to eat soon. I'm just like happy chatting to basically just myself, and I'm like cutting up garlic bread, and I was like, you know, I can't. The way it sounds so stupid in my head. When I replay it in my head, I understand why you reacted the way you do. Like, there's the butts of the bread, and I'm purely just like chattering away, just babbling total like nonsense to just entertain myself, I guess. And I'm like, you know what? I'll get through it. I'm crying. I'm so sorry, you guys. I swear I can do this. I don't know why it's so funny. It's not even that funny. I have actual tears coming down my face, which you guys can probably see because the video quality so much.
So good.
Except your head's not in the video. Your head's not in the video.
I'll be sure to cry closer to the camera next time. Anyway, so I'm cutting up the bread and I'm just like, you can do it.
I wish I could tell this part of the story for you, but I even can't, and then I'll explain it once you get it out. Why I can't tell this part of the story.
I'm just cutting up the bread and I cut off like the butts of the bread and I'm like, you know what? A lot of people don't.
I think she said a lot of people don't like the butts of the bread, but I really like the butts of the bread. Okay. But I can tell you that we broke spoons too.
Funny. I don't know why I couldn't get it out. I was like, I don't like a lot of people don't like the butts of the bread, but I don't know why, because I really like the butts of the bread.
Well, I actually really like them, so.
I'm fully just having a conversation with myself.
Oh my god.
But I apparently, she says this, and I go, yeah, whatever, Ash.
She did.
But I didn't know I said it. I didn't even know I said it because I was like, in my brain, I wasn't listening to a word she said. I didn't know she said that. I like vaguely heard her chattering, and apparently those words came out of my mouth because I was like, okay, this is happening next. Then I'm doing this. This is going on.
It was
like
so
that's where
funny.
my brain was. And I was like, yeah, whatever, Ash. And she was like, I remember your reaction to it was like, okay. And I was like, what? You're like, you just said,
yeah, whatever, Ash.
I was like, did I? I did not know I even said it.
But like,
yeah, whatever,
I know,
Ash.
like I was chattering about like bread butts, so I'm like, I understand why she would disregard this.
I actually really like them, but a lot of people don't. Yeah, whatever, Ash.
Yeah, whatever, Ash. And then she just like, she didn't even look at me. It was just, yeah, whatever, Ash. And then just kept like going.
I literally didn't even know I said it until she repeated it back to me.
I was
I
so
was like, no,
unbothered.
really?
I was
No.
like, anyone else like the butts of the bread? I really like the butts of the
You're like, okay, well, anyway.
Anyways, about the bread butts.
I'll save you a butt.
I'll save you. You want a butt? I'll save you a butt. I don't know why that was so hard. It was so funny, but that was the dynamic, like the whole retreat until the last day. And then the last day, everybody left. And then, well, like it was right before everyone left. Like we started packing up and everything. And then we like Freaky Friday back into our bodies again. And I was like, okay,
she was sitting there on her
get
laptop,
out.
like, okay, I'm doing this paperwork and this and this and this. And I was like, that
Oh my
sounds
God.
boring. I was like,
Yeah, I was really like, okay, pulling these
She's
expenses.
like, can you get
okay.
Yeah, can you get me this receipt and this and that? I was like, do you need it now? Or
Like,
like,
can you pull the file for me?
I literally was. And she was like, and like all that was like that we were just like back. It was crazy.
That is so weird. I love that.
It was super crazy. It was super, super funny.
Literally Freaky Friday.
But
It was awesome.
to be fair, I know that's where my talent lies. Like, my talent is not in like the prep. My talent is the like directing. And here we go.
There you go. Yeah. So you
I
were
wasn't
in it.
shocked. That's what I was doing. I was a little shocked that Ash regressed to a 10-year-old, but
I became a total 10-year-old. I like to
love
keep
that.
things
I'm
lively.
actually super glad to hear that because I was a little bit like, Ash is not going to get any writing done. It's just like as she always does.
I did.
that was part of my
I'm
goal.
so happy.
I was like,
I was
that
threatened
was part
with
of my
being
goal.
duct
I
taped
told
to
her
a
I
chair,
would.
so.
Yeah, I told her I would duct tape her with nuclear grade duct tape to a chair.
Very
And I
great.
have.
I took it
I have a
seriously.
lot of that. So. It's,
So don't mess with me.
I have
96
96 rolls
rolls
of
of duct tape.
nuclear grade duct tape.
Maybe
Not
you should
just
use it on the
duct tape,
chicken.
but
Not like
nuclear
other
grade.
girls. I have 96.
I have 40 chickens and 96 rolls of nuclear grade duct
Weird.
tape.
Oh my goodness. That was
Gino
honestly
starter pack.
a starter pack. Okay, that was better than a bird story. I'm glad that you brought that up. So if you guys want to enjoy that dynamic in person, you should apply for the fall retreat.
Yeah. I don't worry, I won't whatever you, just Ash.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's only me.
I'm
It
nice
was
to
only
everyone
me.
else.
Don't worry.
She was. And fully nobody knew your actual name anywhere because I forgot to write your name on anything. I will put Gino on everything. that
I
your name was
didn't
on.
know how to introduce myself, to be fair. Like, people were walking in the door. I was like, hi, this is Ash. Just wouldn't say my name because I assumed most of the people were from the pod, but it turned out most of the people weren't from the pod.
No,
so I was
they were
like, do they know
on
me as
Instagram.
Gino? Do they know me as Marissa?
They knew you as
I don't know what
nothing.
to say.
And then
So
they knew you as
I was
Gino.
just there.
Gino. It was just so funny because like by
But-
the end of day 2, everyone was like, "Hey Gino, where's Gino?" So Gino, and I was like, "I'm so happy I did that."
That's like how your son and like Maddie's children also only know me as Spoons.
Yes.
Like that is my name.
I was like,
I was-
Riley, Auntie Spoon
like,
is
"Auntie
coming over, and he
Spoons."
was like, "Spoo," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Aw."
Like Grayson has no idea what my name is.
No,
You know, it's fine. I love it like
it
that.
should. That's the way it should be.
I was talking to the girls about the podcast because I'm recording in Ridley's room right now. And so they were asking all these questions, and I was like, yeah, it's my friend Whiskey and my friend Spoons, but I was like their real names, and they were like, I was like, I actually don't know why her name is Spoons. So
Our Newsies, like what's your Newsies name? And it
Yeah,
Mine
we
was
went to
Spoons
Orphan
Palermo.
Improv Musical.
Yeah.
okay.
And yeah, your
Yeah.
Newsie's name was Spoons Palermo, and it was just really good.
It was really funny. We were like, bro, we're keeping that.
And mine was like something stupid like Colin or something. And I was like,
it wasn't as good.
that's not a good name. And then you were like, well, how about Wheezy? Because asthma. I was like, that's genius.
Listen, you're a little bit handicapped. How about we name it after that?
That.
You know how you have a disability?
I think you should make that your whole identity. Yeah.
Illness, how about this?
I love it.
How about that? Also, I don't know, it's not ironic, but when they were talking about it, they were like, where is your podcast? Like, where can I listen to it? And so I told them. And then Ridley was, I guess, looking through Spotify, and she's like, wait, I already listened to this.
What?
She already listened to it. She listened to the Lightning Thief episode. Because,
Oh,
Yes, girl.
So
weird. That's hilarious.
That's amazing.
I know. I was like,
Oh, I saw that lots of people downloaded the Hunger Games episode last week.
That's not
I think
surprising.
people are Hunger Games ready right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Hunger Games
That's
hungry.
They are. They're hungry for it. Well, should we talk about this week's
Might as
now
well.
that it's been 30
No, I
minutes?
think more birds. I think
More birds, more
Any more
birds.
birds?
I just
Um,
have to say quickly, because this was my sad bird story, I'm going to bring it back to a sad bird story. And then
Oh,
I'll-
great.
I
and a happy
did.
bird story.
Fine, I'll tell you 2 very quick ones. One is I actually did have a baby bird die in my hands, and it was really, really
Oh,
sad.
God.
It was one of my sick guinea chicks, which, I mean, they all
those-
die.
Oh, yeah.
But it was very sad because I tried to nurse her back to life for like hours and before she finally just died in my hands. And it was very, very sad. And my other one where I felt like a Disney princess is that repeatedly in the last year, these doves keep getting stuck in the chicken coop. And so I've had to go in there and like, I don't know how they're getting under like a loose piece of wire to get at the grain, and then they're stuck and they can't get out. So they get to like reach in and be like, hello, my little beauty. And, like release them.
Fly away.
And it's like a little dove. It's amazing.
Did you watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney movie? The old gargoyle when she's like, fly!
Yeah.
That's you whenever you have this.
Probably.
You're like, no, you probably like a little gargoyle.
Oh my gosh. No. Okay, so with that, yes, we can get into today's book now. This was a Gino rec, I believe.
Yes, because we did Spoons' Cinderella, so this was my Cinderella.
Yeah, we're doing all Cinderellas lately.
Next, we'll do the one that I wrote.
Yes!
It's not done yet.
So this is Just Ella by Margaret Peterson Haddix. My very beat up copy because it was my favorite. And also real quick before we actually get into the book. But our drink for this week, Spoons came up with. So we're reading Just Ella. So this is just Gino. And we have just Spoons and just Wheezy over there.
Wheezy.
We
just
all
whiskey. Well, usually, yeah.
And just
Kendall is, I drank it already.
Empty glass.
So we all just made our
sparkles.
own drinks.
There's a lot of sparkle in there.
Yes, it's just whatever we want.
I love it. Just insert whatever you have in your fridge or liquor cabinet. I mean, that looks like molten
Just your name here.
way too much. You guys can probably see.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Some kind of
that looks like a lava lamp
or something.
It does.
It looks like a lava lamp.
At first I just put a little sprinkle of luster dust in, and it wasn't enough, and then I spilled some in. That was more than enough. Anyways, yes, so that's the drink.
Our author.
And our author is Margaret Peterson Haddix.
Yes.
Do you like the way that I
said
it?
Good old
really
Maggie.
Clearly? Oh, she's so cute. Look at her. She kind of looks like a Snow White.
She's got that blob going.
She does. She's got a bob in this picture. Oh, do we usually do impressions first, or do we do the author bio first?
I think we do author first.
Okay, go for it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. She, I'm actually just going to talk about her from what I know. Because I read so many of her books when I was a kid. Like, I started seeking her out actively. She wrote this series. It's called, like, the Shadow Children series. And it was all about the kids, like, the one child rule in China. But it was, like, a dystopian version of that. So it would be, like, if a kid had, or if a parent had more than one kids, then it was, like, the kid that wasn't the one child was, like, on the run from being murdered and all this sort of stuff.
Dang.
And it was, like, 6 or 7 books in that series. I love that series. Just Ella. Yeah, she's wrote a ton of books. She actually does a ton of community work, too. I think she grew up in, I think she's from, I might be wrong, Columbus, Ohio. But she does also, she goes to schools all the time, like middle schools, and just like talks about her books and answers kids' questions about being an author and stuff like constantly. I follow her on a couple socials and stuff. So
she has written 40 books for children and teenagers.
Yeah,
more than 40, according to the Wikipedia.
She's got a big collection. But I don't know. Crazy. As a kid, I loved all her books. So
I think I remember the Shadow Children books. Like, I think I might have read the first one or something. Because I was just telling Wheezy before we started recording, I was like, yeah, Margaret Peterson Haddix. Like, she's such a, like, recognizable name to me that I was like, oh, I'm sure I've read, like, a lot of her books. And then I was looking through and I was like, I've read any of these. I think I just was, like, very aware of her as, like, an author.
Yeah.
But I might have read 1 or 2 of those.
Like I said, she does a lot, and she like answers all sorts of kids' fan mail all the time. Like writes them back. If you write her, she'll like write you back. At least as a kid, I don't know about as adults, but
sense. There's a picture of her literally speaking at what looks like an elementary school on her Wikipedia page.
Cute.
Yeah, she's very involved. She's very involved.
Do you guys want to guess what her zodiac sign is?
I know when her birthday is, but I'm trying.
She's a Sagittarius. Okay.
Is it what?
Pisces?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay, I don't know.
She's an Aries.
Oh!
Okay, Aries.
April 9th. Yeah, Aries.
Okay.
She's an early
one
April.
Of your sisters.
I know, one of my Aries kin. here's a fun fact, not to take over your part of the author section, but I came across this in her Wikipedia entry, and it makes so much sense after reading just Ella. That some of her favorite books growing up, apparently, included Harriet the Spy, Anne of Green Gables, Little Women, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, and The Little Princess.
Okay, slay.
That makes so much sense.
It does.
That.
It really does. Let's see. And she worked on a school newspaper. And this is from Wikipedia, so who knows if it's 100% correct or not. But it says that Haddix chose to pursue fiction writing after her husband became a news reporter and she did not want to be his employee. I think that's really
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, I'll believe that.
I would buy that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
And it seems she has 2 children. Terrence of 2 grown children, Meredith and Connor. Oh, those sound like the names of her children.
I believe those are the names of her children.
I believe she named her children that.
I believe these
For
things.
sure.
Yeah,
I believe these
it.
things.
Good for Margaret.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about a Gino?
Nope. That's all I got.
Okay. Slay.
Solid.
Yay.
Do people still stay Slay, or do you
Just me.
Oh.
Don't one ever repeat anything I say. 'Cause I'm way
I
behind.
repeat
Like,
everything
are you still
say.
cool or no?
Oh, no.
I lay in bed
Still,
just like
I think I've
practicing
ever
things
been
you
cool.
said.
That
Still
is true.
Slay.
Wheezy definitely
Slay.
repeats
Slay.
everything you say.
So
I know, but I'm telling you, it's like I'm already like 6 months behind. So by the time you start saying it, you're like a year.
that's okay. Honestly, a year is nothing for me. That's actually really good. That's
She's
really
like
good.
groovy, y'all.
Groovy. I was
Wow,
thinking, what is it? What is it? It's not gag me, but it's something from like that.
Oh my
era.
gosh.
I did start saying recently, and I was like, why do I feel like that's not what people say anymore?
I used to say
We should bring it all back.
I think we should bring it all back. It never
all
should have
bring it
back.
back. Oh,
Anyways,
my God.
that's hot. Anyways, so first impressions of this book.
First impressions, I like the cover, and the cover I had was the one you have, Marissa. And
Interesting.
it's like, is it the one where she's kind of torn?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like half Ella, half princess.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but the cover reminds me of like a Gail Carson Levine book, a little bit.
Huh. I had the newer one, the one that looks like, not the super new one that has like a real person's face on it, but like the one that's like a silhouette of like a princess walking up a staircase.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Yes, well, I was super into like princess books when I was a kid, so I was like, I'm all in. You know, my first impression was this will be good.
I definitely felt like this was like definitely a you and Gino book. I was not super into princess books ever. So mermaid books, sure, count me in. Princess books never really was. So I was like, we'll see about this. I just read one of these, and now I'm reading another one.
I read what I didn't even like, and now I gotta read another one.
It has like a lot of middle grade vibes, even though she's not a middle grader. But it reads like a middle grade book because I think it kind of.
I have a lot of thoughts about audience and tone and content.
Oh, it is a young adult book.
Interesting. What?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
It got an award, an ALA Best Book for Young Adults award.
It was very much straddling a line for me between
Ages
middle grade
11
and young
to
adult.
14.
I was like, interested.
That's middle grade to me. 11 to 14 feels like middle grade.
Yeah, I did not think it was a young adult book. I fully was like,
interesting. I could see it straddling that line, but for me, it leans more middle grade.
Me too, but then there were
presumed
certain
it was middle
things
grade
where I was
when
like,
read
oh,
it.
that's crazy.
My first impression was another princess book. It's a new take on it. It's probably going to be very girl power because it's just Ella.
Also, it came out in like 1999, which is like
Girl power.
height of girl power. Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Vibes.
I was like, this is
with
girl
like
power
big
middle
flowers
grade.
and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Gag me, am I right?
Gag me.
Anyways, that was mostly my impression of it.
I definitely
Do you remember
read
your
this.
first impression?
No, because I read it as very young, and then I read it again, and then I can remember taking it off my bookshelf and like opening a random page and reading it, like, and just keep reading it, and so I started again. And I don't reread books often. Like, I reread Harry Potter about once a year, and this year I've been rereading more books than I've ever in my life probably. But the fact that I reread this one so much, I was like, oh, I really like that book. It was like my favorite book as a child. I have interesting opinions rereading it now.
Oh,
okay.
That's fun. That's always fun. I love it. All right, cool. Well, should we get into the summary?
Yes.
Solid. I'm
Shall-
not going to take the lead because I read this a month and a half ago. I feel like I've lived 400 years since then.
400 bird lives.
4 lives later. I don't remember what this book was about.
Who knows? I think so. It's very fresh for me.
Well, I'm in the middle of this.
Amazing.
It's like
There
2
you
weeks
go.
ago. So it's about Ella, who is Cinderella. So, but it starts after the story of Cinderella. So like after the ball and all that and everything. And they came and got her with the slippers, and she's at the palace now, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I was just thrown to the palace and all this stuff happened so quick. I don't know what's going on. But that prince,
Yeah.
he's cute.
Unfortunately,
It's so-
I was so mad. I was like, he sounds really hot. And I was like, God dang it. Well,
I know.
It's not going to be
I was
anything.
like, this is a Spoon's character. This is
Well,
a Spoon's
not when you get to
prince.
know him.
No, I know, but I was like, this is probably
Like-
disappointing for her.
Oh, so sue me. I wouldn't say no to the handsome blonde prince. Like, okay, like, whatever,
It's
you know?
disappointing for you. I knew it was going to be disappointing for you. I was like, I feel bad for her.
It was disappointing for me too, and I already knew that was what
Yeah.
happened.
I already went in full of hatred. I was just like, I know I'm going to hate him. And so I just went and I was like, I hate him immediately.
I
I was
was
like,
really
he's tall, blonde, and perfect. And I was like, hate him even more. Gag me.
Gag me. I was hoping he'd come around. Like, maybe he'd have some kind of, like...
I did have a few moments where I was like, he feels like out and out from the beginning a total tool. So I was like,
Yeah.
maybe there's going to be a twist. There wasn't.
Or, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe... Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Maybe he'll have some sort of character growth.
Yeah.
No, he's a straight line. There's no arc.
He's like, I feel trapped in my life, too. Let's go be cool together, you know?
Yeah.
Something.
Something.
But no, he ended up just getting worse.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pretty much.
Sorry, spoilers for the prince, but...
So it basically
Whatever.
starts
Just whatever, Spoons.
laughing. I'm reading to make sure I know what's going on. It was like reading the beginning of the chapters. So, excuse me. It kind of starts where Ella is like waking up. I mean, it doesn't exactly start there, but really quickly, that she's waking up in her bedroom and she's cold and no one has made the fire. And so she's like, well, I guess I'll make the fire. And then later on, they're like, when everyone in the castle is awake, they're like, how come there's a fire in your fireplace, but the maid who does it is still asleep? She must have slept in, and oh my gosh, I can't believe she did her own fire. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Yes, Dan. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't know what I did wrong. And then Madame Bissette is her manners watcher.
Oh, yeah.
Coach. yeah.
Manners coach. Her Queen of Genovia.
She is not at all Julie Andrews.
Yeah, did say that about Julie?
Yeah, no, she's really rough. She's more like the matchmaker in Mulan.
Oh!
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You're welcome. You're
So
welcome.
Yeah,
she's
she's
like,
sucks.
don't
I
you
hate her.
Don't you ever make your fire again. We don't do that. That's what servants are for. If they don't have something to do, then they'll be sad. And Ella's like, I don't think this lady knows anything about being a servant, because I was a servant, and if I didn't have anything to do, I would not be sad. Like,
Yeah,
She's
for
like,
real.
I don't
what's wrong
care.
with this lady?
She's like, I also can do it myself. Like, it's not a big
Yeah,
deal. I've done it a
she's
million
just laying there
times.
cold instead of just like doing it. And this is also
My
where I'm
name
like,
is-
just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah, I love that for her, though. She's like, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
She's like, I literally was sleeping in the cinders like 1 week ago, so I think I'm
Yeah.
good to...
Yeah, I think I can handle this
I
myself.
think I'll be okay.
So then she goes to her lessons throughout the day, which are like how to eat properly and manners and this. And she has this other lesson, which she's not really sure what it is, but it's this old dude that just rambles on. And
Oh my god.
it's funny because
She
later
didn't
on,
even
she's
know
like,
what the class was.
no,
She
later
didn't know
on,
what
she's
in
like,
here.
that's what he was trying to teach me.
I don't know. It's a required prereq. I have no idea.
She's like, just getting out of the way. So,
But this teacher has like a heart attack.
yeah,
her lesson?
He starts like convulsing.
I was like, what is
Yeah.
happening right now? And then I was like, maybe it's poison. Maybe there's intrigue. No.
It's just old.
No.
It's just old. Unhealthy.
And yeah.
So she like runs and gets a maid and is like, go get help. And then she comes back and she like rips his shirt open to like help him breathe. And then of course Madame
Even more
Bissette comes in
scandal.
and she's like, oh my gosh, a naked man and you're leaning on his chest. And she's like, I was saving his
"You
life. And
slut."
she's like, it doesn't matter. We do not
She's
save
like, let him
lives
die.
if it ruins propriety.
Oh,
They're all just like, oh, this is so like inconvenient, and like, oh, we just won't
Yes.
talk about the fact that he's dying.
yeah, it was really weird.
And then later she's like, so is he okay? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Super weird.
Like, it's very rude to ask. It's
Well,
like,
they're
It's
literally
actually
at some
quite
point.
improper.
At some point, the ladies in waiting and Madame Bassett and them say something about how like women's job is to like women aren't supposed to be. I don't remember exactly what they say. Like bad things. They're not supposed to know about bad things or feel bad things or like they're just here to
be
like
exposed to unpleasantness, basically.
yeah. They're not supposed
This
to be
felt
exposed
like
to...
a little bit of like a caricature, like a super proper setting. I mean, I don't know. It's not like I've ever lived in a palace, but I felt like this
Speak for
feels
yourself.
extreme.
It was very extreme.
It
Even
felt
for
extreme.
like,
It felt like we're almost like crossing territory into dystopian with the level of extreme that this is.
Yeah,
was
I
not
agree.
Prepared. I was a little
was
confused.
excessive, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I agree,
That's
'cause-
why I'm like, I don't know. That's like the middle grade part of it to me.
Yeah,
Where it's very like things are exaggerated, both for like kind of
black.
comedy
Everything is black and white.
for like, yeah, you're 11 and you're reading a book and
You're like, I was wrong.
a little bit, yeah. So like in
Yeah.
that way, and in several ways, it was like this is very middle grade to me. But then in other ways, I'm like, this is intense. Like the one, like the servant who like forgot to get up and make Ella's fire, or whatever,
Mhm.
got like beaten almost to death and like sent out, and I was like, oh. Okay, and then they're
Yeah.
like, and there's
It
a
feels-
war going on.
Yeah.
And also this guy's a rapist. And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
like he
Yes,
raped
I-
like 30 women and like
I was like,
children.
I thought
Like-
this was a kid's book.
I know. It was very weird.
And then they're like, are you a virgin or not, bitch? And I was like, oh my God.
what is happening? Because the rest of it feels like middle grade, and that
Yeah.
stuff feels like a really
It was
intense
like,
YA
it was
dystopian.
kind of like, it was a weird vibe. And then also, but his name is still Prince Charming. I was like, why? That was my biggest beef
the
with
whole
this book.
family
And I
is the Charmings.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
enjoyed the book, but my one biggest critique was that was dumb. They should have given him a new name. I was like, the Charmings, really? We're having a war, and they're the Charmings? I don't think so. Come on.
She was
She's
like, we
making
gotta
up all
keep it
this
whimsical.
lore for this like world.
It felt like she was trying to
And
keep it
instead-
whimsical.
Yeah, but I'm like, but it's not whimsical, girl.
No, it
I'm
wasn't.
stressed for Ella's life, okay? I don't want him to be Prince Charming.
I know.
It's not funny.
I
Okay.
know.
Anyway, that was my biggest beef.
That's totally fair.
I thought I was gonna save that, and then I just went out and said it.
I'm so
It
sorry.
happens.
You're like,
Happens.
actually, I have to get this off my chest.
I had to mention this.
Mila, when we were talking about the podcast, she's like, what happens if someone just goes off on like a 45-minute long tangent? I was like, they just do it.
We just do it, yeah.
I mean, the whole podcast.
I know. I was like, that's
That's
mostly what it is anyway.
Kind of our bread and butter, actually.
Yeah. If we don't do that, it's a little weirder,
It's
you
a
know?
little weird. It's weird for us. That would be, yeah.
All right, what are your 3 sentences about the plot?
Oh my god.
So,
So yeah, he's
sorry.
not dead. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was just remembering where we were. I was like, where?
Oh.
Yes. He's not
And
dead.
I have
then
no idea what's going on.
it's like cuts to later that night, and she gets her visitation with the prince, which is
Oh.
they get to like sit. They get to sit in a room together with a chaperone and
Yep.
do nothing.
Much like
You
this.
look lovely tonight, princess.
It's actually,
Thank
we
you,
don't have
sire.
a chaperones. This is actually more intimate for us.
Ooh.
Excuse us.
Oh,
Kendall, I told you, we'll test that
Not
part of
in
like
the
the
pod.
campaign.
it's really difficult to chaperone from Italy. I can tell you that.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was so funny to me. They were just sitting there like, she's like, I was like immediately like, oh girl, run. This is
It
not
was so
gonna
bad. It was
fit.
bad. Every time he opened his mouth, I wanted him to save it a little bit. And he just didn't.
I know. I was really like, there's got to be something here, you know? But then
I think
was
I also
thinking-
wanted like at least like a little bit of like ambiguity. I like not.
Mhm.
He's as bad as I thought he would be.
Well, I was still holding on to hope. I was like, maybe he's just awkward and weird, you know? Like, I don't know. Because the first meeting, he didn't say anything so heinous, I felt.
No.
Then later, he was like, women with thoughts? And I was like, come on, dude. Come on, man.
Be
Oh, and then he was
original.
like, yeah, you're getting fat. I was like, okay, anyway, that's
Unbelievable.
skipping ahead.
Oh,
But
yes.
it was unfortunate. The chaperone
I think
meeting.
I also wanted more of the foil because what's his name? So the guy
Yeah.
who replaces the teacher who's not dead, who had a heart attack, is is his name?
Yeah.
Jed. And he is like
He's a cutie patootie.
he's a cutie patootie. He's cute. He's her teacher now, so there's a little bit of that hot for teacher thing going on. I'm just kidding. That is inappropriate.
Well, I mean, wasn't she?
But he's basically like her age, so like,
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
give or
it's a
take,
lot
it's
more
fine.
kosher. Yeah.
It's totally kosher.
Yeah, totally kosher. And he's like, you know, more engaged in the subject and like teaching her sort of like the history.
Which is
right?
religion, by the way.
Yeah,
he's religion.
She was like,
this is.
it's like, oh, that's what he was
that makes
teaching me.
sense.
She's like, why are you
"Those
teaching me
religion
religion? He's like, that's what you've been learning, isn't it? She's like,
That's
oh,
what
is
the
that what
class
that
is,
was?
I thought.
It's like, I had no
I
idea.
gotta look at my rubric. I'm pretty sure. I only got the subfolder, but I think. Oh my god.
Like,
yeah.
I thought
The
this was
syllabus
Calc
was really
101.
Yeah.
So they kind of bond a little bit, and he seems to be the foil for Charming, and he's like much more down to earth, and they seem to hit it off, and it seems like, oh well, maybe she has a little bit of a crush, or he has a little bit of a crush maybe, but then I felt like that was it. Like we didn't really delve farther into it. Am I crazy?
No, that is it. But I feel like I remember from childhood there being a lot more. So maybe it was like as an adult with more established emotions and everything. I was like, oh, there's not much there. But as a kid, I was like, oh my god, they're totally so
Yeah. Well, I thought they were cute, but they didn't like. She was very much not acknowledging or noticing she was into him at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not until like the end that we get a lot more of that, which and I thought they were super cute at the end. But
the ending was nice.
At the beginning, I was like, at least he's got like thoughts and ambitions, you know?
Like,
and he's like
better than
noble
Charming.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to help refugees. And I was like, well, I'll take anything. You know, that's great. That's above and beyond, buddy. Thank you so much.
The alternative is Charming, and he is awful. So
yeah, it's like, well, you look really good.
But that's what it felt like. It felt like on his own, he wouldn't have looked that good. It felt like it was only in comparison to this horrible option.
Well, I don't know. He was a nice guy.
Yeah.
The refugee thing.
Okay, but he was a nice guy is almost always, it's never an insult, but it's never like a true, like, romantic level
He
compliment.
was like the most charismatic guy in the world, but he was like a perfectly acceptable suitor, I felt. If I met him, also I'm sure he was cute, which makes up for a lot of lack of personality. But
off everything that you've said about him just now, I'm imagining wedding vows being said. He was perfectly respectable. He was a nice guy.
They were getting to know each other in the end after everything. I was like, yes, I see this.
I could also see it. There was just like no spark there to begin with. Which, I mean, maybe there was.
I feel like she was dealing with a lot.
She was dealing with a lot.
I mean,
so I was like, this is not the time.
Like, fully into Prince Charming at this point. Like,
yeah, she thought she was into him.
That's
so.
true.
Like,
I think I just wanted to see more of him. Even if she didn't have a spark,
yeah,
I would have liked to see more of him.
I agree.
Instead of him as just the alternative to a horrible...
An alternative who didn't really seem to have that many faults either. It was like, yeah, he's got good stuff going.
Yeah.
But there wasn't like a ton of complexity, I guess.
No, there wasn't, because we just didn't get to see him that much.
Yeah, I wish she had been in it more. I liked Mary, the servant.
Oh, I liked her too.
Yeah.
I think right now, I think she's my favorite.
She was cute.
I remember thinking she was my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will admit, when Jed showed up, I was like, okay, now we're cooking. Like, okay, thank God. Because I was really nervous that it was just going to be Terrible Prince. And then I was like, I mean, is there not going to be a love interest in this? And I was like, I guess that's fine. I was like, but I kind of like it if there was a love interest.
This is Cinderella after all.
And then he showed up and I was like, oh yeah, okay. I see where this is going.
I wanted it all or nothing. I wanted like we are in love or there's no romance whatsoever. And I wanted like one or the other. This felt very wishy-washy.
Well, the romance was very
because it's second
young.
tier.
Yeah,
and she's like what, 15?
She's teeny.
It was written more accurately
so that's even
for
worse. That's almost worse because of the other things in this book.
Yeah, it's really, that's what I'm saying. I was like, how is this middle grade? Yeah, I guess it's not. But
I would rewrite it and make it longer and add more detail and either add romance or take away romance and then make it a firm young adult.
Yeah, because I think that the world building was like, there was something going there.
Yeah.
I kind of like it when it's like scary a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
I liked the main character too. I liked Ella, and her character arc was really interesting, and the way that she came to conclusions about, I might have made a mistake, were very like relatable and very human. Yeah.
She also, like, you can very much see the naive girl in her too, because she's like, oh no, I made a mistake. I'll just tell him, like, it's okay, it's not for me. Thanks, bye.
I know, it's like, oh, honey.
Oh, sweetheart.
Darling girl.
You are 15 years old.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. That's right. Yep. Okay.
It's bad.
Oh, but there's, I guess, back. What else happens?
So Jed, the prince
She
and
hangs
her
out with
have their
Jed.
chaperone thing. Then she meets Jed, who's her new tutor, who's actually the son of the guy that was tutoring her, who was like the priest or something, like the royal priest. So he's like supposed to become the next royal priest, and he wants to save the refugees from this war that's going on, this needless war. And she's like, well, why don't you do it? And he's like, because they won't give me money to do that, so I just can't. And then there's a tournament, and she's like, thank goodness I get to like go outside and do something. And so she's like all excited to go to this tournament. They put her in this newest fashion corset, and she's like, this thing is horrible. It's like a box. They describe it as like a box.
Terrible. And then it was like, yeah, the queen and the prince wanted you to wear it. I was like, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry that I'm like not emaciated anymore. I was so mad. I was about to fight somebody, and his name was Prince Charming.
Yeah.
I don't like these charmings.
Which is crazy, because at that point, didn't they like their women plump anyway? Like, I don't know.
Historically, but this is like an alternate history.
This kingdom is terrible. Like, something is
Weird.
going on here.
Yeah,
Something
it
is really bad in this kingdom.
It's like an alternate worse
Like,
history in some ways.
They're like, the sicker you look, the better, darling. Like, let's just throw you in the dungeon real quick for a couple of weeks. You'll look great.
Yeah. Pale
It's
and
like,
thin, and it's great.
Hello? Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
Which is why, and during this time is when also we get the big flashback with the, like, her going to the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And basically, we kind of find out that the ball was sort of like a beauty pageant. Just like the hottest was gonna win. Like, when she goes to the ball, they like kind of separate her off with all the hotties, and all the uggos are in this other ball. It's like
her
come on, because you know, like there's no way I'd be in the hot ballroom. You know, it's just so disappointing. And then her stepsisters went to the uggo ballroom. And also there's like no magic. All the frump dumps in one bar. There's like no magic.
Everyone's like,
like,
oh, did you have a fairy godmother? She's like, haha, what are you even talking about?
She's like, what? Fairy godmother? What are you talking about? And then
she's like, I conned these glass slippers off of a guy on my head.
I did kind of like that bit. She basically like, cons her way into getting the glass slippers, and then also like just like gets a ride from this guy who has a carriage, and the reason she has to leave at midnight is because he has to go pick up his real clients like later, so he's like, if you come back at midnight, I'll take you back real quick. Like, that's it. I was like, that's kind of funny.
That's kind of clever. Yeah, I like that.
So she's just like so normal, and then the rest of the next day she was just like, oh man, what a great day. Well, anyway, and then she became suddenly the princess. Like, fully not even realizing.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy. That would be so nuts. But yeah, so basically she was, all that to say, I guess her already being pale and sickly from her servanthood that's why she got really hot to them. Yeah. And now that she's like a healthy weight and normal, they're like, you're gonna need to shed a few pounds, fatty. And she's like,
but they're like, but don't do any manual labor because that's disgusting.
And you're not allowed to go outside. Oh my god, even during the tournament, like, she's not allowed to watch the tournament because she'll like, the sun will be there and people will look at her and be attracted by her beauty.
Oh yeah, yep.
What were you
saying? Plus, like, they don't want to see the violence of that.
Yes, the unpleasantness. It's so bad. There's gonna be blood and stuff. I was so mad about that. She like stood up and was fully like worked herself into a frenzy enough that she like passed out. I was like, girl, me too. I'd be like livid. And then she's confined to her bed all day, and she's just like so upset. Oh my god.
That's basically the turning point. That's where she's like, I have to get out of here. This isn't my deal. So she goes to, she tells the prince first, right?
Yes.
She's like, in their chaperone meeting, she's like, hey, so she's like, I want to do this nicely. She's like, I kind of just want to be like, bye and then leave, but I should be like nice about this. So she's like, hey, so I don't think you really like me and I don't really like you. So let's just part ways like amicably. And he's like, what? No, hold on. Stay here. Hold on. I need someone else to tell me what to do in this situation.
He like literally
goes,
can't even make it remotely like any kind of decision for himself.
Mary, the servant, says at one point something about like he wouldn't know how to put on his shoes if the servants didn't do it for him.
Yeah, I got the ick really bad.
Oh, it was
he
so
was like, he like malfunctioned. He was like, but
fully.
you are not allowed to do that. I don't want
like,
you to do that.
This isn't in the program. I don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
I wasn't programmed for this response.
Yeah. Like, hug her. And when she wakes up, she's in the
Oh yeah.
horrible, terrible.
I was like, now we're cooking.
Yes.
Let's see what. And then I felt like, but we were like 3/4 of the way through the story at that point.
Yeah.
She's
was
in the
terrible.
dungeon, and they send the prince down to be like, hey, I know you went crazy for a moment, but if you just come back up and marry me, it'll be fine because you have to have my babies. And
Gross.
she's like trying to find a way to escape, and she knows if she goes back up and gets locked in her room, she'll never be able to escape. So she's like, oh, actually, I don't deserve your forgiveness. Leave me down here for 3 more days, please. I don't deserve it. And he's like, makes sense. Okay.
He has kind of like another moment of like, doesn't.
Yeah, he's like, don't know what
Yeah.
to do to this situation. They told me she would say this, and I don't know. That's not what she said. So like, I don't know.
I guess she can. Sure. Yes, you can. Yes. Do your penance.
I love the description of it. Sounded like he was like reading off of like cue cards.
Yes.
My beloved. Oh no, I did not know you were down here. Come up with me and all will be well. And she's like, he's a terrible actor.
He's really bad. Really, it was so funny watching him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
totally
really
like
bad.
badly rehearsed.
The only good thing about that was that then he killed the guy who was like her jailer, who was a literal rapist.
Literally.
And was
yeah.
like, I'm going to
Yeah, Madame Bassett brought him down and was like, he's gonna watch you now, and I might give him the keys later. And he's very much like a Lenny from Of Mice and Men, but a rapist. Like,
but malicious,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, malicious. Like, he's very like
malicious.
like
Yeah.
but like, I'm also going to be just horrible.
Yeah, he was disgusting. And I was like, this is so crazy.
Dude, I was like, I thought this was a middle grade.
I know,
I'm so
it's like,
confused.
this is
And then
nuts.
the Charming comes down and kills him, and I'm like, oh, he was just a pawn. Wait,
Yeah.
what is happening? Wait, but also now, like, we can just kill people?
Yeah, we just stabbed him. I honestly gasped so loud when he stabbed him. And then Ellen was like, okay, well, now I'm even more traumatized. I just watched a guy get murdered.
Yeah.
And so basically her plan is like, she's tunneling out through like calls it the
Toilet.
crap hole. Which is, yeah, so it's like a hole in the ground where she's gotta do her business.
Yeah.
Where like
So she's,
people
like-
for years and years and years have gone to the bathroom there.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, ugh.
So
so
she
gross.
is braver than me.
She is. I'm
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm gonna die.
It's like, okay, I'll
that's
just die.
okay. I'll have your baby.
Yeah.
It's fine, honestly.
Okay.
You know what?
What's one
Never
baby?
lighting a fire for myself sounds okay, I guess.
Oh my god. But she makes it out. She
then
actually
she
does
runs.
it
Yeah.
after like several days. Yeah.
Yeah.
She runs.
She runs to her
straight
stepmom's
the-
house because she's like trying to get new clothes or something. I don't know. I was like, that was a weird decision
Yeah, she's
on your
kind of
part
like
there.
regrouping, I guess.
Yeah, it felt odd. It felt like a strange decision.
She like steals some stuff. Oh, she gets some of her dad's books. I think she didn't want to
Okay,
leave
yeah.
town without
Oh, yeah,
getting
yeah.
something.
Right, because wasn't there sort of a thing like she learned like the religion and history class sort of that like, am I mashing different books up or is theirs? Like, didn't she find out something weird about the kingdom?
No.
No, I'm mashing up different books,
There's
I
no-
guess.
Yeah,
there's
that was your
no
idea
evil
for this
plots
book.
there.
There wasn't
That's
any-
right.
She just, I think she just was like wanting something from her dad's. And
Oh.
so then, so she got dad's stuff and then she like got food and stuff like that before she left.
Yeah.
But then stepmother intercepted her and was like, oh great, you're back. Like,
She's like, I knew you
Glad
would
it
make
worked
it
out.
at the castle.
And then
She's
Ella's
like, actually,
"Oh,
I ran away. They didn't kick me out. She's like, yeah, sure. Start sweeping my floors.
okay, whatever, Ash." Yeah, like, yeah, she starts sweeping.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever, Ella. And then Ella's like, "Oh my god, she's not even a little bit curious." Like, I was like, that is crazy. If it was me, I'd be like, "Okay, well, I'm so mad, but tell me everything," you know?
Like, I do need to know.
And then she's like, "Okay, bye," and like just
And the stepmother's
do
like,
it.
thief,
Yeah.
thief, thief. And all the neighbors are like, we don't really care. We don't like you anyway.
They're like, serves are right.
They're like, "Oh no, I'm asleep."
Did you hear something? Not me. I
didn't
didn't hear anything.
Sorry.
And then
But he like goes on like this whole odyssey now.
Yes.
Yeah.
she trucks all the way to the border of the war to the refugee camp that Jed has gone away to. It's like, hi, excuse me, can I see Jed? And the lady's like, it's okay, you don't have to see him. We'll help you out, because she's so like ragged looking. They're like, she's for sure a refugee. Yeah. And she's like, oh no, I'm
sure.
not a refugee.
I'm actually
And
from
Jed
the
is
palace.
like, yeah, see the princess.
Jot that down.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to say, like, I mean, it's not a huge thing, but they actually never said that she was a servant when she got like chosen to be the princess. They said she was a princess from this far off land because they didn't want like, they wanted everyone to think she was royal blood and stuff. Of this far off land of people that were ugly too was like the thing.
Yeah, I was like, this seems like propaganda. I don't trust this kingdom at all.
Feels like propaganda.
And also, yeah, Jed wasn't there because he actually did end up obviously getting his key money.
Yeah.
So, and we found out it's because Madame Bissay was like,
Get him out of here.
oh, he's gonna, we gotta get, right,
Yeah.
he's gonna interfere if we keep him.
Because it was like the prince's advisor, so she was like, we can't have him whispering things.
Yeah. So then Jed is like, oh my god. And she's like, hey.
And he's
So I
like,
did a few things.
he's like, it's so great that you're here. Will you marry me?
Yeah.
And she's like,
I kind of
I
just
was
got
like-
out of a marriage.
Like,
I
buddy,
kind of live like a really intense relationship, and I actually need to do some work on me right now.
Like, I like him, but that stressed me
relationship
out.
where he like put me
Yeah.
in the dungeon.
In a literal dungeon, then kill the guy in front of me.
It was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like really working on me right now.
I was like, did he really just propose?
Like, he was sweet about it, but I was like, buddy, like, maybe wait a day at least.
Right.
Like,
I was
good
like,
God.
I like it. Save it for 6
Like half an
months.
hour.
Yeah.
Let her have a bath first. I don't know.
Let's like maybe hang out first. And he was like, got it, totally. That's what I was gonna say. Yep.
But he's like, you know what? Yes, that's my bad. That was what I meant to say. It's
It's
what
like,
I was
right.
thinking.
It really
Just,
just
it's
came
not what
out.
I said. But me too. Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, totally. Also me, yeah, was
I
thinking
think,
of.
yes.
I was just
exactly
tying my
what
I'd like
shoe.
to hang
Sorry,
out
it was just
and-
my shoelace.
Yeah.
It was untied. Yeah. No, yeah, your idea is great. Let's totally do that.
Then I thought it was so sweet because he like pretty immediate. Obviously, then after she's like, no, not yet. She's kind of like, oh god, am I gonna be able to stay here? Should I leave? Like, this is awkward. And he immediately is like, so she's gonna be in charge of such and such. Like, he like found a
So
place for her
sweet,
immediately. I was
and
like,
it
oh.
wasn't dependent upon her response to him.
Yeah.
Which
He was
is
just like,
wonderful.
I know your strengths and I think you'd be great at this. And he just did it. I was like, wow, that's very sweet.
It was really good. I liked that a lot. I liked that ending.
And then, yeah, and so then they like work at the refugee camp together for like many months. And they're like,
I would love to see like a book. I mean, and maybe there is because isn't this a series?
yeah, are there more?
I thought I said this is book
So?
1. I think.
Oh,
that
you
there's
know
at
what?
least
I
one
do
more.
think it is, but I never read the other one.
Oh my god.
do think
I
I saw
actually might
that.
read the other ones because I want to know. Because, yeah, and so then Jed has to go back to the palace though, because his dad dies. And so he's got to now do his job. So he leaves, and then Ella is like, oh, I miss him. And then she's like, oh, I think I'm in love with him. And then he like sends her a nice letter, and they're like writing letters and stuff. And I was like, wait, this is cute.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
two
it's a
more books: The
trilogy.
Palace of
Yeah.
Mirrors and Palace of Lies.
Is it about Ella?
I don't. Book 2 looks like it's about someone else.
No.
Yeah, it is. Let me see. Palace of Mirrors is about someone else. Yes, so each one is a different fairy tale retelling. I think Palace of Mirrors
Okay.
might be, I think it might be a Snow White, and Palace of Lies, I think, is 12 Dancing Princesses.
That is one of my
Okay.
favorite stories.
Me too. I was about to say, I
Princesses.
might be interested in that 12 Dancing Princess. Maybe we should read it, Gina.
Well, I would like a follow-up to just Ella that is
Yeah.
like about them in the refugee camp. And
I want him to come back and them to have a nice wedding and then like run
Yes.
it together. Oh, because when he leaves, she starts running it on her own, which I thought was so cool.
And then I want them to get the refugees to band together and take down the Charmings.
Yes.
Rebellion.
Also, I thought
Write
it was
it,
funny
Whiskey.
that
Oh.
her, yeah, do it. Her stepsister ends up being like the replacement princess for Prince Charming.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
One of the ugly
'Cause they, like,
stepsisters.
Yeah,
like,
just do a bait and switch.
Yeah, they're. What did they say happened to Ella? Because they do say something. I thought, or no, they don't say anything.
Yeah, I
No.
think they're just pretending
That it's her.
it was
yeah.
her,
Yeah.
which is weird, but
Yeah, and
because,
because
like,
they
those
say something
soldiers-
about. They say something about how she was so fat that they're like they just had to change the fashion, so they made like all the ladies maids and everyone gain weight, and like that's
yeah,
the
now
thing
everyone.
they're like they could never shrink the ugly stepsister, so they just decided.
I was like, it's it was the. I was like, this is ringing a lot of like, I don't know, early thousands like.
I was just yes,
fat
90s,
phobia.
90s, yes.
90s.
Oh
I was like,
my gosh.
whatever, it's fine. But then it made me think of, do you guys remember, this might be a fun one as well, Fairest, the book Fairest?
No,
by
but
Gail
I've
Carson
heard of
Levine?
that one.
It's so good, and it's set in the same world as Ella Enchanted, but it's not a lot of the characters are the same, but the princess, or she's not the princess yet, but the main character is kind of like bigger and like feels awkward and like thinks she's ugly and stuff, but
she's
there's
the fairest of them all.
yeah, there's a lot. I was about to spoil the whole thing, but I won't. But anyway, it reminded me of Fairest a little bit.
Maybe we
But
can. Is this the last episode of this season?
Yes.
It might be. Yeah, right? Because we had. Yep. Yes, indeed.
Wow. Well,
What a bang till it go out.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this whole season or just this book?
All of it.
All of it. All of it.
There were ups and downs.
Favorite and least favorite characters? I liked Mary. I know she wasn't like a big
I
character.
liked her too.
but-
I guess my favorite character is probably Ella or Jed. And then my least favorite was honestly Madame
I was about to
Because
say.
Same.
she
same.
also,
Madame Basset.
like, the prince was at least brainwashed, you know? She
Yeah.
fully was like, I was a peasant too, and I, like, fought my way into this.
She was like, I fully know better and have chosen evil.
Yeah, I was like, so
Same.
you know you're a bitch. Like, I was so mad at her.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My favorite is Ella too, and especially because I remember really connecting with her when I first
Mhm.
read it. I was like, oh, but and yeah, Madame Basset is horrible.
What about favorite and least favorite parts? Refugee camp is my favorite part.
Yeah, I liked that.
Least favorite part is like the first half of the book.
Oh, dang. Took you a minute to get
It
into
took me a minute to get into it because I was like, this is a middle grade. No, this is really serious. No, this is middle grade. No, this is really serious. And I just was confused.
The book in 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a quick read.
it is. I think I read it in like 2 days, a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
For me, that's so long ago.
I'm trying to. I don't know.
My-
I also really liked the ending. The whole end.
My
sequence
favorite
I
part
liked a lot.
was her tricking the guy into making her glass slippers.
Yes.
That's really cool. That was really cool.
Yeah, I like the whole flashback too.
And then my
It was
least
fun.
favorite part was the guy getting killed in the dungeon. Not because I didn't like him, but it was
Ugh.
just like, ugh.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this is like.
It's
for
all
real.
kinds of ick. It was like, first of all, he's ick. Second of all, the prince is ick. Third of all, thinking that killing him was gonna make her like you better is ick. Like,
Yes,
just
it's
ick.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a triple ick. It's
It-
all
It
bad.
was really bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute. I mean, obviously, it's a terrible situation, but at the end, she was like,
So I
she
thought-
was telling Jed about it, and he was like, oh man, and they really thought that would work? They don't know you at all. And I was like, oh, he knows us so well.
Oh my gosh. What a nice
He knows her
movie.
specifically so well because so many other women would have been like,
They would have loved it. Yeah. She's
I know,
typically
just
the
let her-
only one who
Classic
would be.
female fantasy to have someone killed in front of you.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
God. Too funny.
But then I was like, that is so sucky. He was like, I've been in love with you since I first saw you. And she's like, so, number one, I'm not big on love at first sight at the moment because of my situation. But thank you so much. Second of all, where the hell did you go, Loca? And he was like, okay, I'll go. I have no idea. You were going to get trapped in the dungeon. How was I to know? Of course, I feel terrible. And she was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Glad you're doing your life's work.
Hey, I guess it's all fine. Water under the bridge.
It's like,
I
that
did
would
think
suck.
that was weird too. Like I know that that Madame I can't say her
Yeah.
name. Whatever, that she sent him away, and I understood that. But I felt like, did he just give up that easily? If he liked her enough that then he proposed on sight, I'm like,
Yeah, but he
Well,
was like, she's
he
fully marrying the prince. Like, there's nothing I can do about it, and I'd rather not
Like
be
the
like
prince,
heartbroken here.
you know?
so he's a coward, is what you're
So
saying?
he
No,
knows
but,
the
like-
charmings that'll just run you through with a sword or lock you in the dungeon.
I think they'll run you through with a sword, and also like he had no inclination that she liked him back. So
he also didn't
would
have lots
just
of
been...
guts, to be real. He was a little bit of a.
Well, yeah. How old is he? Like 17?
He's like 18,
I was
yeah, 17.
Yeah, also a baby. Yeah, that's fair.
He did pretty well for a 18-year-old.
For an 18-year-old, he did great for an 18-year-old. What did we learn? What did we learn from Just Ella?
What did we learn?
I feel like we learned what has become it's not like news to us.
Girl
about
power.
Girl power. Yeah.
But
I feel like
what I could see myself really liking that aspect of it as like an 11-year-old, you know.
don't trust men on the first date. It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
probably.
I know we've only
Never
met
marry
once, but
someone.
like, or marry someone
I
after
think
the
it's
first date.
very suspicious when someone that anyone that you know, whether it's like romantic or otherwise, when they feel the need to like lie about you or your origins, that is highly suspicious. Be suspicious and ask why. Be like, so why did you say this thing about me that's not true? Very weird.
That is weird. I did not like that. And then also...
Yeah, like one time this guy I knew said that I was from California, and I was like, why are you telling people that? Yeah.
when you're clearly
weird.
from Lithuania.
Yeah, obviously. What an idiot.
I don't know that.
That's all I learned. I didn't learn anything else.
Kind of thing where she was like, it's not that she wasn't getting her happy ever after, but she was like, I need to figure some stuff out first, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, good for you, girl. And she was really finding herself. Because she hadn't had time to like find herself yet, because she had been so like
years old.
always right. She's 15, first of all. Second of all, she had been like basically enslaved to someone for a long time. And then she was like trapped
Enslaved to
in
the
the palace.
prince.
Like she and enslaved to someone else. So she had
Yeah.
no time for like figuring anything out.
Yeah.
And so
that's true.
knowing like instead of just being like, well, this is better than what I had, she was like, I'm gonna do me, you know?
Yeah.
But she was never like putting away like the idea like, well, maybe I do like him, you know? It was I liked that for her a lot.
Yeah. I like his response. I think we can all learn a lot. And by we, I do mainly mean boys, but girls as well can learn a lot from how he responded.
A graceful
to that.
rejection.
A very graceful rejection. And it wasn't like a forever rejection. Sometimes it is, and that's also, you have to be graceful about that.
Right.
But like, he didn't take it as like, oh, it's about me.
Yeah.
It's because I'm not good enough. He was like, oh, she says she's got some things going on. I'm just going to take her at her word and assume she's got some things going on, and I want good things for her.
But he was so supportive too.
So supportive. He's like, you go work that stuff out, girl.
Yeah. You go be the queen of the refugee camp.
Yeah.
You look good doing it too. What is
Who
that?
said that? It was gonna be,
That
that would not be respectful
be-
of women.
bad of me, but you do look great.
Oh my
You're gonna work in that bonnet.
Girl. Gino, did you learn anything, or you've learned everything you could possibly learn from this already?
Yeah, I've studied it like extensively for.
You're like your copy's filled with notes and highlights and
You're like, it's actually my whole personality.
dissertation.
I mean, you're
Yeah.
not wrong there. To be fair,
Aww,
pretty much
like,
based
I
my
am
whole
Bella.
personality off of Cinderella. I think in my life. So
Aww.
That's so sweet.
Well, should we do pinkies up?
Yeah, let's do pinkies up.
I am giving it 3.5 pinkies up.
Oh, very nice.
me,
Gino?
I think I'm gonna go with it's a little. I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna go with high. I'm gonna go with like 4.3 pinkies up.
Aw, lovely.
So sweet. I'm gonna go with 2 pinkies up.
That's,
That's fine.
that's totally fine, and I don't even care.
It's fine.
I got
It's
so
okay,
mad.
guys. I have to go. I have to go.
No, I liked it. That's not a bad rating for me.
I don't
No,
know.
that's okay.
I don't know what my problem is. I don't think I would have liked it when
I
I
get
was
it,
like
but-
of the target audience anyways.
Now that I
don't
may
know.
have a problem with it. It's like, it's okay, you're old.
She has
You're like, I would have understood if it was just because you're old. No. I don't really have, like, I just didn't, like, I had a lot of, like, questions. I had so many questions. It felt like this is for middle grade, but
Well,
now
listen,
we're
I
talking about
said
rapists.
she answers
and
fan mail, so just write her and ask the questions.
We can write Margaret a letter. Oh my god.
Margaret, I have a question for you. This is a
Margaret.
craft question. You know the book Just Ella that you wrote in 1999
You know that 6-year-old
that you wrote? Well, I was 2 years old at the time. I have a lot of questions. God.
I am kind of like, I would like to see more of it. But now it's like, oh, it's hopeless. She's never coming back to it, you know? It's been almost 30 years. Do you think she'd ever write a sequel?
Listen,
should
you
we
don't
write
know
her?
that, what's his face? Christopher Polini just wrote that Murtagh book.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
I'm gonna email her. You know, I have pretty good track record with writer or author fan mail. Sometimes I've gotten people who have sent me like full extra scenes before. They're like,
That's amazing.
"How about this?" And I'm
Ooh.
like, "Thank you so much.
Okay,
I love
so
this."
you should write.
I'm gonna write
her.
Margaret. I'll sign it from all of us. Margaret, please send extra scenes of Ella and Jed making out. Thank you so much. Love, Spoons.
Honestly, I think I might like it more. I think I could.
I
maybe
would
be
really
on board
vibe with that. I want to see it. I want to see. He comes back. She says, "I think I do want to marry you." They make out. Then there. I would read a whole thing about like this war.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, maybe more of that.
I'm interested in this.
I think also it's just like not my kind of story as much. Like it follows like one character so closely.
There's not
And I want like
as much plot for you.
yes, that's what it is.
That is what it is.
That's what it is. I am very much a plot girl. Driven has never been my speed. I always struggle with character driven. I'm so plot driven.
Yeah.
Except for the
Listen.
very rare exception.
I see that for you for this because there is not a ton of plot until the end. Yes.
We tweak your letter to her, and instead of saying, please send more scenes, we say, we would like your permission to continue writing the story. And the three of us
There you go.
Because she took Cinderella and then continued Cinderella, and then we'll
Yes.
take Just Ella, and we'll write the plot-driven, war-torn
And it will be
thing
called
with-
Not Just Ella.
There's more to Ella.
And I'll throw a bunch of plot in there. There's
Exactly.
I like
intrigue
this.
and espionage and
We'll
war.
all combine and we can all have what we want for this sequel.
Listen, I already had a proposal for all four of us, Carissa included, to write something together. So this will just we'll
Aw.
start.
It could be
Oh
our
my
pass
gosh.
around novel.
Oh
We'll each write a
my-
chapter.
Of not
or
just
something like
Ella.
that.
Can you imagine though the chaos of like I feel like
I
the
mean,
different
we can't even
styles?
do the like sentence
the chain
Chris
game.
Story.
Yeah, the
The
chain
sentence
game.
story.
No, we can't even do that.
No, I sent you
I beg to
guys.
differ. Our stories are amazing.
I sent you that book, and I never finished my thought about it. The Cecilia and the Chocolate Pot, or whatever it was, the Enchanted Chocolate Pot. That's
Yeah.
how that story was written. It was two like best friends or something, and they literally mailed like chapters back and forth from their character's point of view, and the book is
Cute.
letters to each other, and it's
Oh,
I
I
loved
love
the
that.
book. So I was like, you guys.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Ooh,
Her
we
own
could do 4
epistolary
dead
novel.
queens, but like 4 totally not
4
dead
alive
queens.
queens.
Listen, this is okay. It's happening. Just
I like this
we
idea.
gotta tweak the ideas here.
So,
But
yeah, we'll refine
I'm
it.
so psyched. That will be awesome. Honestly, that sounds like such a blast. That sounds so fun.
Oh man,
See, is there anything else about this book that we want to say?
I'm good.
No.
no, we're done.
Trina, a great thing
Already
is-
done. Just kidding.
I'm glad we read 2 Cinderella
Yes.
retellings that we.
Now we just
I
have
thought
to
it was
wait
fun
for
to end the season
for
with a
Wheezy's
princess.
Yeah.
to come out, and then we'll read hers.
Yeah.
'cause- yeah.
Okay, like
Mine will be much darker.
when is it coming out?
I don't know. I have to finish writing it, yo.
Oh my
Well,
gosh,
hurry
finish
up.
it. What
I
are you
know.
even doing
The thing
anyways?
is, I know, like
God,
not much
it's
at
not
all.
like you're
You
busy.
just sit around.
There's actually somebody at my job who is absolutely intolerable, and in case people that
The
who
way
ever
I wanna
listen to this,
curse
can't
that
get into
name.
detail, but like I know if you ever heard me tell a story about him, you can probably think of his name, and it's spoken like a curse word in my home. But where was I going with this?
It's not like you're busy.
Nothing.
Oh, it's not
to
like
do.
you're busy. He literally, I hadn't replied to an email in like 4 hours, maybe.
Oh, heaven forbid.
I know. He, by the way, has never replied to an email ever in my entire time working with him.
Okay.
But he literally said, apparently, to someone that he was working with who also worked with me, I know this because she told me, he said, what is she doing anyways? It's not like she has anything else to do. And I was like, for reference, we are very much over capacity.
Jeez Louise.
And at that time especially, I was like just kind of helping out here and there with stuff he was doing. So I was like, yeah, I have nothing else to do.
That is... You know that... Is it Wendy Williams or something? Where she's like, death to all of them. That's what I feel about that.
Yes.
Clap if you ever wanted to kill somebody.
Clapping my feet as well.
You look that up. It's so funny. Death to all of them. And they go, oh. Anyway, but yeah.
Anyways, yes. That was my whole thing.
That's
I was just
messed
going to go into.
Well,
I don't
anyway.
even know how I went off on that.
So that's just Ella. Hope y'all loved it.
So-
Come to the retreat in Pennsylvania, and you'll get to
Yes,
see all of
do
us in
it.
person.
Yay.
October 16th
16th through 19th.
the 19th. You'll see
Yeah,
all the
you
pretty
guys
fall
can go to
colors.
StorySirenStudio.com and you can look at our retreats. You can see pictures from past retreats and testimonials, so you know, like, we're not a scam, we're real people. And people were concerned last time. I understand, but we're real.
Now there's proof.
Now there's proof,
We
okay?
are.
We're super,
make sure-
super psyched. People are coming locally and people are driving and flying across the country for this, so.
Yeah. And make sure you check out our Instagram for bird pictures of
Ah.
Spoons holding her birds, and I will put my baby hatchlings on there too.
Yeah.
I'll be
I would love
giving the
that.
bird. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. Well, no, I won't do that.
That would be funny. Slide to the last.
The last
Actually,
one.
you should do it.
It just says censored.
And me giving the bird. That's really funny.
Oh,
my
goodness.
gosh.
All right.
I like to
Well,
be clever.
Give
Leave
us 5
reviews.
stars.
5 stars only.
Love the
Thank you.
comments. Follow us on social media. We're That Pretentious Book Club, if we haven't
Send
said it
us-
enough. And
send
check
us
out our merch.
messages
We have
and
cool new
emails.
merch.
BBC.
Yeah, send us messages, emails. You can email us at contact@StorySirenStudio.com. There are all kinds of links. You can join our writing group on Facebook. It's actually growing quite a bit. Hello, cat. Sorry, there's a cat behind Gino. It had to be acknowledged. So you guys can use those links. Join us. Captain Levi was back there earlier, too. I took everything in me not to acknowledge him when he walked by. Look, it's Lilith.
His mother of demons.
Aww.
She's perfect and has no flaws at all. Also
She
kinda looks
jumped
like Rebel
in
DC.
the bin with
does.
the baby chicks. She jumped in the
Oh,
bin. But because she
brother.
wanted under the heat lamp. She didn't want the chick. She wanted under the heat lamp.
She was like, get out of the way,
She
fuzzballs.
really was.
Oh, that's really cute.
Oh my gosh. I feel like there's something else. Oh yes, we do. We have a couple new merch items. One, which is a direct quote from Spoons. I love items so soon. For all of those out here who are anti-minimalists,
Yeah, join us.
join
me.
us. Yeah, right now it's only because I've not fully moved in that it looks minimalistic in here. Because that is not the case.
This is not indicative of
your whole
our
vibe.
feelings.
No.
And you
I
get-
love so sue me.
You get special merch if you go to the retreat too.
Yes, you do. You get exclusive merch that only retreat attendees get, and you also get exclusive discounts on stuff that only retreat attendees get. So lots of cool stuff. And I will also be offering discounted consulting and editing stuff. So that's cool. People can take advantage of if they want while they're there. Yeah, lots of super cool stuff. I think Gino said that she's going to maybe put together sort of like a what's in the area if anybody wants to come out early or later, because it's going to be gorgeous out there. And oh yes, we do have one other merch item that just came out that says ask me about my TBR on the back at your own risk in parentheses, and it has a really pretty bookcase on the front, and I'm incredibly proud of it.
Very cute.
So
Ooh.
go check it out and rep it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
And if you guys have ideas for merch that you guys want to see, let us know. So, and if you have book recs, because we're starting season
Oh yeah,
6,
book recs.
Yeah.
send all the book recs. We've not done a lot of classics. We could use some more classics. I can't believe I just said that. We could use some more classics in the mix. Anyone have any
you
middle
have-
school favorites?
Your favorite fairy tale retelling. Tell us what that one is.
This is just a fairy tale retelling podcast.
Honestly, that's fine with me. It's my favorite genre, perhaps. Oh, you know what I want to read? Some more science fiction.
Send us your sci-fi recs.
Yeah, sci-fi recs, dystopia recs.
I already have our Halloween book picked out.
Oh.
I'm actually reading it currently, so I will be rereading it.
Okay, great, awesome. I love that.
So,
Okay. I was about to do it, and then I was like, oh, I never do it.
no, do it. Do it.
Oh,
You started
no.
it. Finish what
Until
you started.
next time, keep your teacups full.
Your pinkies high.
And your
And
book
your
club.
book club, pretentious.
Excellent.
I can do the last line.